Hi everyone, and yes, I am going through some more of your self-love challenges, all the questions from the community tab, where you are sharing with me what it is you're struggling with around self-love. So I'm going to continue to go through your questions. The first one's from Mohammed. Forgetting about self-love when standing near or thinking about my specific person. The fear that I forget self-love is the problem. Yes, I think this is a big one, Mohammed, because we end up pulling out of ourselves and going into a state of focusing on them, whether it's just mentally or sometimes it is physically when they are around. And when we lose ourselves that way, it is hard to come back to ourselves because we've been so externally focused. So I do think the more you practice self-love, the better your relationship is with firstly yourself and then with the specific person. But the word of caution is, because your self-love is improved, then you become more attractive to your specific person, then the specific person comes back, and then the tendency is to go to putting all the focus on the specific person and drop your self-love practices. Okay, so even when someone comes back, even when you're not in contact, the work is the same. I think setting alarms on your phone is a really good way to remember to do your self-love practices, whether it's meditations, affirmations, or just basically caring for the self, enough sleep, enough water to drink, exercise, eating healthy food, prayer and meditation, surrender and letting go. All these things can definitely improve how we feel, but it's so easy to start things and it's very easy to forget and not continue. So therefore, it's important to remind, and most of us have a phone, or if you work from home and you have a computer, putting a post-it note on it, a visual reminder, find ways to remind yourself so that you can be more consistent. And therefore, you don't slide into your old habits, because as many of you know, you start to really rise up and feel good about your self-love and about yourself, and then you start to feel the freedom and the joy of it. Then the magnet of attracting the SP starts to occur, and then the focus goes on the SP again. So I've seen this many, many times where people get their SP back after they've had a breakup, or the SP comes in and is really quite drawn to you because of the work you've done on yourself, but then the decline starts to happen. The second breakup happens, and that is, and I hear this every day in coaching and also in emails or in Q&As, that I've lost the person again. So to keep and maintain a relationship, the self-love practices must continue. You know, even with me, if I'm laying in bed with my person and I think, well, I still need to do my meditation because it feels good for me. So he may be watching something. I can still put my headphones in with my phone. I just say, look, I'm doing meditation. You know, it doesn't have to be that you go into detail about, you know, I'm doing my self-love, and I just say I'm doing meditation, pop them in, and then we don't talk for a half an hour. Even though we may be laying right next to each other, I still make the effort to do my self-love work. And this is why the relationship has been maintained for 11 years, okay? It really is about honoring yourself and being true to yourself before the relationship, okay? Okay, the next one. Sarit, you have written healing, the forgiveness of the self part. Wow, that's so interesting, because you and I just had a conversation about this today. And yeah, forgiving the self and letting go of feeling that no matter what you do, you're not doing enough, or that you are still holding resentments towards your specific person. It might be that you are not forgiving your parents. It might be that you have resentment to your boss. Whatever it is, whomever it is, it really is important to clear that and to admit to yourself, I resent them. I really resent them. I don't like that they did this, or I'm still stuck on the fact that they did that. So whatever it is, whomever it is about clearing your old suitcase, the body suitcase of stuff, and throwing things out of it so you can close it again. So this is an ongoing process. It's not something you do once. There is always someone out there that can hit you in your stuff and in your emotional stuff. Okay, so Sarit, the forgiveness prayer, the Ho'oponopono, is such a good one. I will put the playlist for the Ho'oponopono down below. I've done quite a few of those now, and there's an 8-hour one and a 40-minute one. That is always good when you feel that stuff, to admit it to yourself and to say, hey, I need to clear this. Okay, and also one of the most remarkable forgiveness stories that I've ever heard is a woman that shared her story of forgiveness, how she forgave people during the Holocaust that had done experiments on her and her twin sister. If you have not heard this video, I highly recommend. Yes, the situation and the story she tells obviously is quite disturbing, but it is what she did with that incredibly disturbing situation that could have caused massive unforgiveness in her body, but she understood that forgiveness was for her. If you're struggling to forgive somebody and you are stuck, whether it's a week later, a month later, a year later, 10 years later, or even longer, I highly recommend you listen to this woman's ability to forgive and transform, even when this was really unforgivable. Okay? Now, I'm going to do one more. Luzmila, yours is next. I feel that as much as I do the practices, I only improve slightly. I haven't had my aha moment where everything connects with me. I know self-love affects all areas in my life, but I feel the disconnect. I only see the what is, not sure if I'm conveying what I'm trying to say. Yes, you conveyed it perfectly well. Let's just say this. This is a long game. This improves over time. You will sometimes have an amazing breakthrough. Other times it will be something that takes time and it feels like it's very slow. It's okay, Luzmila. Don't beat yourself up. You have had a slight improvement. So you can see that there is movement. I think sometimes it's not a big aha moment. Sometimes it's not. But you will have moments where you feel comfortable in your skin. You'll be somewhere and you're just looking at something and you'll think, wow, I feel really happy today. You will see that it's not about any particular thing. It literally is just you're having a moment and you've forgotten about all the stuff that's bugging you and you are just, wow, I got distracted enough. I feel really good right now. And it's got nothing to do with things changing on the outside. So don't worry, Luzmila, and don't lose hope. I think sometimes it just takes the time that it takes. I know there's so much stuff about instant manifestation out there on YouTube. Honestly, just don't plug into that. I'm not saying things can't happen instantly. I'm not saying things can't happen in a week or 2 weeks or a month. But for most people, it takes the time that it takes. You get more relaxed about that. You get more focused on, let me make the day good. Let me make this moment good. Let me enjoy this cup of tea or cup of coffee while I stare out the window. Those ordinary moments, you linger in those more because you know that it's the gratitude of the moment that gives you the good feeling, not the moment itself. It's changing and transforming your whole mind at looking at things so differently. The world looks different because you are different. You're looking through different glasses. So don't be hard on yourself in regards to, I haven't had my aha moment. I haven't, been able to feel much better. just know it will happen in time. I mean, I've been doing this 30 years. Did it happen straight away? Absolutely not. I kept going back in and out, different relationships, still not getting that the importance of the self-love was the most important thing. And still going and looking at another person and making them my source of love again and again and again. That took me 5 times. And going back into making that person the source of my love and then paying the consequences. So this is a journey that is, as Florence says, the game of life. It doesn't happen overnight, but it will get better if you continue. If you look at different ways to improve your self-love, it might be that you rest more, that you sleep more. It might be that you just exhale while you're on your lunch break from work and you get away from the people that bug you. I mean, there really is so many places where we can be triggered and things can really, wind us up. So it's just, if you feel the disconnect, it's all right. The connect will happen at some point. The feeling, the love from source, and that it then becomes a part of us more and more. It ignites more and more slowly over time. Sometimes you have an amazing moment where the match gets lit and the whole haystack, catches fire with the amazing love that you feel. But most of the time, it's more slower and steadier, and it's not so noticeable. So just say to yourself, I'm okay. It will grow. I'm getting better. I'm doing my best. And just take your foot off the back of your own neck. Not that you can do that, but you know what I mean. The pressure. All right. So I'm going to stop it there so these videos aren't too long, and I will continue with some others in the coming videos. Thank you for sharing this stuff, everyone, because I do think it's extremely important to really tighten the focus on the self-love and work out where things are, just not working, and sharing these things. So if you've got ways that your self-love is working and it's really helped you, share those down below with the others. That way people can, have a conversation and comment. And also, I will put the self-love success stories playlist, and I will also put down the self-love meditations. There's super short ones that are in the Creating Love playlist, and there's longer ones. And also, if you're really struggling and you want some, very consistent, steady tasks, I created a self-love course. So if you want to go through that and enjoy developing it, doing specific things in the videos with me, that's there for you too in the description below. And I'll put the video up here next to my head for those things that I mentioned. Lots of love. See you in the next YouTube, everyone.